wait all night. What's it gonna be, boy?
Open sesame. It's time for the Sports Vault with Jersey Joe and Big Shot Rob.
Yeah, Joe, I think the Knicks are going to win the championship this year. They're going to beat the Heat.
Let me stop you right there, Rob. The Miami Heat will win the championship this year.
It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. The 2013 NBA championship resides once again in Miami.
The Madden cover winner in 2012 was Peyton Hillis.
Peyton who?
Running room with the ends. Peyton Hillis is loose. Sprint to the end zone. Touchdown.
Hello, Iona College. I am your host with the most, Jersey Joe. Some people call me Jersey Joe Archino. And we've got a great show for you guys today. A lot of stuff to talk about. So let's get right into it so we don't waste any time. The first thing we're going to do is give you a little recap of the Thursday night games last night. The first one you had is the San Antonio Spurs defeating the Miami Heat 111-87. The Phoenix Suns had a big win against the Thunder 128-122. And the LA Clippers handed the Lakers their worst loss in team history, 142-94. To 94, I'm sorry. 48-point loss for the Lakers. That was pretty unbelievable, but I'll start with the Heat game, and a pretty bad loss coming, especially for the Heat, who've been playing so well after getting off to such a good start since the All-Star break. Really disappointing to see there. The Heat got it kind of close here and there, but overall, the Spurs, they just kept on hitting shots and getting the lead back that they needed. So overall, the Spurs, very nice win for them, because I think that's been kind of the knock on the Spurs so far is they just haven't beaten the good teams. So it's a big win for the Spurs, tough loss for the Heat. And then the Clippers and the Lakers one, Rob, let's go into this one, because the Lakers fans, this season has just been absolutely horrendous for them. It's just been terrible, and the thing that I have to say for them, though, is, I think they're doing what they need to do. Play for a ping pong ball. You have no Kobe Bryant. What are you going to play for this year? You're going to play for an 8th seed in a stacked West? I think the Lakers just be as bad as you can, get the draft pick, see what happens in free agency. So for the Lakers, honestly, it's tough to watch for a Lakers fan, but this is sometimes you got to be bad before you can be good again.
Yeah, they have to continue what they're doing right now, which is tanking this season. This season is a lost cause. Kobe and Nash have been out this whole year. It's been a real struggle, and you're right. They have to do exactly what they're doing right now, just continue losing, because you know what? In the end of the day, you're going to get a top 5 draft pick, and you're going to have a lot of cap space this offseason to find somebody to put around Kobe Bryant.
Absolutely, and off that point then, I just think that's what Big Shot Rob said is what you've got to do. Just tough loss, but you know what? It's a pretty good draft. Lakers are going to get a nice ping pong ball. Building off of that, though, obviously you've got the big MAAC tournament for Iona. It's going to be coming up. Iona will be playing Ryder tomorrow. Number 1 Iona is playing number 8 Ryder, and pretty big game that they've got going on. A pretty big assessment for Iona is, Iona, the thing that I was reading, they had a nice article. Iona, they finished the season 20-9, 17-3 in the conference. Iona's 3 conference losses, though, are number 2 Manhattan, number 3 Quinnipiac, and number 4 Canisius. And in those games, you have Canisius, and they're going to be playing Siena tomorrow at 2:30. And the winner of that game is going to play the winner of the Iona Ryder game in the semifinals on Sunday. So Iona's got a good chance there. The big thing that I saw for them, for Iona, what you've got to look out for, is the key to Iona is for their interior defense. For against the conference opponents, they were shooting 49% inside against Iona. The perimeter D for Iona has been good against the MAAC teams. They were shooting only 33% against Iona beyond the arc. So the key for Iona against these teams is you got to protect the paint, you got to protect inside. That's been the big problem for them. But overall, I think if Iona just plays their game, they clean up the interior defense, I really like Iona's chances to come out of this thing. It's going to be a good tournament. You can watch Iona. They'll be on ESPN3 tomorrow, 12 o'clock on ESPN3. So we'll be pulling it out. We'll be rooting for them. And last week we went on a little rant about Carmelo Anthony. So let's talk about Carmelo Anthony a little bit more. Rob, all the talk yesterday you saw was Carmelo Anthony to the Bulls. As a Knicks fan, you know this guy pretty well. What's your take on the whole Carmelo to the Bulls thing?
I think he might go there at the end of the season, because you know what? That's actually a great team to go to in the East. But you know what? Even if he goes there, I don't think that Bulls team will be that great that they could win a championship. Because here we go, Joe. You know what? You're going to amnesty Carlos Boozer. You know what? Taj Gibson, yes, he'll be your starting power forward with that team, but I don't like him as a starter. I like him as a bench player coming off the bench. But I don't see Carmelo Anthony working out whatsoever in Thibodeau's defense whatsoever. Carmelo Anthony is not a defensive player. He is a scorer and a rebounder. That is it in this league. I mean, the best thing for him to do is stay with the Knicks right now, because you know what? Once Chandler and Stoudemire's contracts expire, they're going to have a lot more money to bring in somebody like Kevin Love, a nice young player. They've also expressed interest in Phil Jackson. So you know what? I think Carmelo should stay, but I don't think he is. And you know what? If he does go to Chicago, good luck for him. But Chicago, he'd be a nice pickup. I don't see him fitting into their system.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see him fitting in with the Bulls at all. The thing I look at is, unless Chicago's management pushes Carmelo on Tom Thibodeau, I can't see Carmelo going there. Tom Thibodeau stresses the fundamentals. His players are all fundamentally sound, high IQ basketball players. You look at every guy on that team, I mean, some of them aren't the most talented players in the world, but he gets everything out of those guys. They all buy into his defense. You can look at them. They might not be the best offensive team in the world, but they're going to give you everything they have on defense each and every play. And that's the main reason I don't think Thibodeau would want Carmelo Anthony is he's never bought into playing consistent defense, never has been a two-way player, and I don't think Tom Thibodeau would have the patience for that, because unless Carmelo Anthony was willing to come in and change his game, which we haven't seen to this point, so I don't think we should expect it now. I just can't see it happening, and I don't know what's going to happen with Carmelo. I mean, it's been a miserable season for him in the Knicks. The more you hear, the more it seems likely he may be leaving, but I just don't see his play style being a fit for Thibodeau's Bulls. And if Tom Thibodeau has the power that he should have with the Bulls, I just don't think it's going to happen. The next thing is the Tyson Chandler comments from the other day. At halftime of the Knicks win the other day, Chandler said Kevin Love can't play defense. And as soon as I saw that, I laughed. I said Tyson should look in the mirror. I mean, he's no threat on the offensive end. Good defensive player, but he's not a two-way player. He's not a good offensive player. And his own star teammate is one of the worst defenders in the league. So when he comes up and says those stupid hypocritical comments, I just don't understand what was behind that. Kevin Love, I would take Kevin Love on my team every day of the week over somebody like Carmelo Anthony. He's only 25 years old, and the thing I think you want to see, what you see from him, is he continues to improve every single year in the league. I mean, he had the injuries last season, but he's had an unbelievable year. He's only 25. He's got a lot of room to grow, and I think Kevin Love is a tremendous basketball player. I thought that it was an unfair comment by Tyson Chandler, and he needs to look in the mirror because his team's is the real ones who don't play any defense. Rob, what's your take?
I think Tyson Chandler, this was really uncalled for him to say this whatsoever. I will take Kevin Love any day over Tyson Chandler, because you want to know what? Kevin Love is more abusive on the boards. He's a more harder worker on the boards, and he's a better scorer. He'll give you 20 points a game, and he'll give you about 15 boards a game. He's also a better passer. So in the end of the day, you know what? Kevin Love is the better defender, because you know what? Kevin Love is a workhorse, and at this young age, he's just going to continue to develop. But I will take him any day over Tyson Chandler, and Tyson Chandler has no reason to come out with a remark like this.
Good points, Rob. Good points. The next comments we had were from Darren Williams, and Darren Williams said the other day, "We're a team built for the playoffs. I feel like once we get there, we have a chance against anybody in a 7-game series." And, you know, part of it is the Nets, I think me and Rob at the beginning of the season, we were saying we really didn't think this team was worth all the hype. You're building this team on a lot of old players. It's just not going to be as good as everyone thinks. And they kind of started off that way, but they've definitely been playing a lot better, tremendously better than the start of the season. But for them, I don't buy. I mean, if the season ended today, they would have the 6th seed. They're 30-29, so then they would end up playing the Raptors, and they could very well beat the Raptors, but the thing about the East is it's the Heat and the Pacers and no one else. No one else is even close. It's going to be the Heat and the Pacers in the conference finals. There's no other way around it. I just don't think. I think Big Shot Rob made a good point to me, but when we were preparing for the show, and he said that the Nets have played very well against the Heat in the regular season, which is true. But I just think when you get to the playoffs, it's just the Heat take it to a different level, and I think the true colors of the two teams would show. But I just can't see I mean, maybe the Nets pull out a series against the Raptors if that happens in the playoffs, but I just don't see them doing very well. It's going to be the Heat and the Pacers, and basically everyone agrees. But Rob, what do you think of his comments?
I think he has the right for saying this comment because you know what, Joe? This is why I think the Nets could be a real threat come playoff time. Darren Williams' ankles are fully healed right now. You know, he's not dealing with that ankle sprain like he has been in the past. And you know what? Darren Williams, ever since Jason Kidd has ripped into him from the start of the All-Star break, he's really turned his game around. Joe Johnson's been playing great, and Marcus Thornton has been a great bench player coming off the bench. Really, it was a smart trade for them to trade away Terry, and he's really stepped it up. And I really like the way the Nets defense has been playing these last couple games because you know what? I think they could be really fearful come playoff time. I think they could give the Heat a nice run come playoffs.
Good point. I mean, I think based on if you look what you see in the regular season, that you could definitely think about that. But for me, I think it's Pacers Heat. No other way around it. And the last thing for our basketball segment is the Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers. A lot of talk has been made about who needs the home court advantage more, and the Pacers, the Heat really blew that opportunity last night because as of yesterday they were 1.5 games back. After the loss tonight, they're 2 games back because the Pacers have struggled since the All-Star break. They definitely aren't playing as well as they had. They lost that game to Golden State on the Klay Thompson shot. Al Jefferson just had his way with that defense, and Charlotte just was unbelievable against them. So Indiana's not playing great right now, and Miami is really catching up. But the big thing for them is I think everybody agrees Indiana is an unbelievable team, and if anybody can beat the Heat, it's them. But I think that home court advantage is they're going to have it. I think the Heat still find a way to win either way. It's just when you have LeBron James, I just think that when you have the best player in the world, that really just gives you the advantage you need. But I think without home court advantage, it severely is going to hurt Indiana because this is still a really young team. The moment when they play in Miami, they're going to have a lot of frustration built up. I just think that it's going to be huge for them. They really need that spot because I think that's the only chance that they'll have to beat Miami, honestly. I really do.
I mean, last year too, Joe, you know what? You're 100% right. Home field advantage is needed. We saw it last year in the playoffs when the Heat went up 2-0, then the Pacers won 2 games. Both these teams really need the home field advantage come playoff time because you know what? In the end of the day, when you have Game 7 at home and you have your crowd behind you, that's what you need to win.
Yeah, and Indiana is going to play the Houston Rockets tonight, and that's going to be a really interesting game. Really curious. Houston's coming off a big win against Miami. Indiana has been struggling, and it's going to be a really fun game because both these teams are going to be contenders, and I really want to see if Indiana is going to be able to bounce back because if they get this win after the Heat loss, that maybe could pick up some momentum for them. But that's going to do it for our NBA segment. When we come back, we're bringing back the Fantasy Baseball Sleeper segment. Everybody's been waiting for it. We're talking a lot of baseball, so stay with us, and we will be right back.